Welcome to WagerTalk TV. I am Kelly Stewart at Kelly in Vegas. We have a special guest to the right of me, Kyle Anthony. Just flew in from New Jersey just to teach you guys all about the UFC. At Kyle Anthony UFC. Make sure you guys are giving him a follow on Twitter. So if you know how to bet the UFC, this isn't a video for you. This is our sports betting 101 type series. So Kyle's going to walk me through how to bet on the UFC. But before we do that, I'll give you guys a little promo. 2018, there was 39 UFC events, 473 fights, and 18 title matches. To buy these packages individually last year would have cost you over $1,000, but for a limited time, you can get all of Kyle Anthony's UFC plays for a full year, discounted to only $4.99. 2018, 69% documented winner, all with best bets and fighters with odds below 190. Now we're talking, because that's what I was saying before we started this video. I said, UFC is hard for me. I know these are all money line bets, and I'll let you get that into a second. But it's the same reason why I hate betting baseball. I don't want to lay $3 with someone and then have to sweat 3 or 5 rounds, depending on what type of fight it is. So I'll let you start here. Go through the types of bets. Obviously, I mentioned money line bets, so I'll let you start with that one.
So money line basically is you are picking a side. You are taking a fighter to win. Doesn't matter how they win, doesn't matter what round they're going to win in. As long as they win, so if you've got a fighter that's minus 300, you got a fighter that's fighting a fighter that's plus 200, that's when you're going to be able to look at it and say, all right, I'm going to bet this fighter. As long as he wins, it's plus 200, you get to pay, and you move on. So that's the most straightforward, easiest way to place a bet on UFC.
Okay, that's the only thing I've ever done. But there's so many other ways to make money betting the UFC. Talk to me about method of victory.
So method of victory is, if you're taking a look, there's 3 ways to actually win a UFC fight. It's going to be points, by decision, knockout, or submission. So when you're taking a look at those 3, you only get that exact way that the fight ends. So if there's a submission victory and you've picked that, you get paid. If there is a knockout, you had submission, obviously you're not getting paid. So it's a way that you're taking a look at maybe 2 fighters that, hey, they're heavyweights. This is a fight that you think they're going to stand toe-to-toe and they're just going to start throwing. You take a look at that, and that's going to be where you're going to say, all right, I want to take the knockout. I want to, maybe if you're laying a little bit of the extra money on it because you know that these guys are actually going to stand toe-to-toe and fight. All
right, tell everybody about betting round by round. I know you can, just like in boxing, you can bet, hey, it's going to go X number of rounds, but there's more to it than that in the UFC.
Right, so the first one that they have is the round betting is that particular round. It's already hard enough to pick a winner, but now you're trying to handicap rounds and all the when he's going to land the right punch. So with that kind of thing, you know, it's there. It's an option. It's on the lower option of the ones that I do play.
So you personally don't really care for
I personally don't really play that. Okay. The other one is going to be total rounds. So there'll be an indicated round. Say it's a round and a half is going to be that the line set at. So you're picking whether it's going to be before or after that. So what it is, and it's a little bit different also, is that it's the middle of the round. So it's 2 minutes and 30 seconds within that second round. If it's 1.5, if it goes over, and that's what you have.
I've definitely been cheering for those before.
Right.
225.
You're counting it down.
Hang on 5 more seconds.
I'm like, take them down and just draw this out for 30 seconds. So those are the 2 round plays that they have as well.
Okay, thoughts on parlays. So what I mentioned at the start of the video, one of the things I hate is minus 360 or minus 500, minus 190. I'm going, man, I really don't like laying that kind of chalk. But I see on Twitter specifically, and I know other guys, and they'll parlay some of these guys throughout the whole card. Thoughts on parlays in the UFC?
I mean, I do it, and it is exactly what you're saying. It's because you're not going to lay the 400, but there may be 2 or 3 fighters that you feel really good about. So you're saying, I'm going to put this together. I'm going to put the 3 of them together, and you're going to find better odds. Obviously, it's going to help you a little bit in that way. But, you know, and maybe even putting in a fight that you do feel really good about that maybe is an underdog, a slight underdog, or more of a pick'em kind of play. So you're really helping your odds there. I do it, and most of the time it's going to be with, with more of the favorites than anything to leverage the odds.
Okay, anything else you want to say to the newbie UFC betting audience?
Good luck, and come talk to me if you need any advice.
All right, I like it. I mentioned to start, there is a nice promo for Kyle. 2018, if you were to buy all of his plays individually, it would cost you over $1,000, but for a limited time, you can get all of Kyle Anthony's UFC plays for an entire year for just $4.99. In 2018, he was a 69% documented winner with all of his best bets on fighters with odds below 190. Sweet.